Hi, my name is Caitlin, and I went to the Yellowjackets season 3 premiere in Los Angeles, so let's talk about my whole experience. I still can't believe I'm even able to say those words. I'm filming this like a week after, and I just can't believe I was able to experience that, and I just want to take you along with me. I'll be talking about my experience and also putting up pictures and like videos that I took throughout the night. So I recorded a TikTok of this, recapping my night, but I wanted to do like a longer form thing for YouTube, especially for people who don't know me on YouTube, and they get to hear about my experience there. So I do have like a notes thing where immediately after the night, I recounted everything that happened so I wouldn't forget because now I feel like not that I'm forgetting, but it's not as raw as it was. So, I have everything that happened. Little background. You might be asking, how did I get to the Yellowjackets season 3 premiere in Los Angeles? And the answer is Samantha Hanratty, who plays Teen Misty. She found my videos on TikTok and she followed me, I want to say, back in like December. And obviously, I was freaked and geeked because this is my favorite television show ever. And one of the actresses has followed me on TikTok. So immediately I DM'd her and I was like, I'm freaking out right now. This is so cool. Thank you for your support on the videos. And she DM'd me back. She's very kind. I slipped in there that I was like, oh, that would be so cool if I could go to the premiere. But like, obviously, I didn't think anything would come of it. Fast forward to January, and I get a DM from her that says, where do you live in the world? And I was like, I live in New Jersey, but I can travel. She was like, well, I'm trying to work out how I can get you and this other TikToker, his name's Benji, to the premiere. And I was like, oh my gosh, like this is happening. And so it was like a whirlwind of 2 weeks trying to figure out, how, I mean, immediately I was like, I'm going to get there no matter what. And I did. But it was like, prepping for, clothes for the trip and everything and booking everything. And yeah, so I have Sammy to thank. She was so kind and gracious throughout the whole thing. And I'll get into it, when I talk about the night, but she just made sure that we had so much fun and we got to meet as many people as we could. And obviously none of it would have been possible without her. So thank you, Sammy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So now some logistics before I even got to LA. I was freaking out. If you know anything about me, I hate shopping. And I hate shopping for myself and having to figure out what to wear. And so with this night, I was like, oh my God, I need to get something nice to wear. I'm a guest. We need to figure something out. And so the week leading up to the premiere, I went to the mall, different malls every day, trying to find things. Initially, I was going for a dress, and dresses can hit, but it takes forever to find the perfect one, right? So I gave up with the dress and I said, okay, time to figure out like a suit situation. Walked into Ann Taylor and like spent like hours there trying on things. And originally I wanted to do like black or like a dark blue because I really like those colors. And then I tried on a cream suit, which I was so shocked that I actually liked. And that ended up being what I wore. You'll see pictures. And then I needed to figure out something to go underneath. And I'm texting my friends. I'm like, guys, I need help. Like, so I had a couple friends that were like really, you know, helping me figure out like what I'm doing with my hair, what am I doing with my makeup, what am I doing with my outfit. So it was really a group effort, and I cannot thank them enough because the final look ate, and I'm just so happy that I looked good. That was like that was like one of the big stressors, and then especially like I needed to get a bag, I need to get shoes. Admittedly, I was so stressed leading up to this event that obviously I was grateful that I was even going. Just the fact that like I'm one singular person and I'm heading to this premiere in LA, like it was so crazy to me that I couldn't wrap my head around it, and I was also just really anxious because I didn't know what to expect. Meeting the cast of my favorite show, like that's crazy. So yeah, leading up to it definitely, and then also like when I was in LA, like the day before, I was like, oh, this is getting real. And it was great because me and Benji kind of had the same sentiments about it all, and we were able to just like vent together and just be like, yeah, isn't this crazy what we're doing? And like, there is like this level of stress to it that I guess like our followers wouldn't really understand because they just see this as like this really big opportunity, and it is, but also like It's a lot to put on one person, especially because, we said we would film content and we said we would, tell them everything that's going on. And so there's that added level of pressure as well. Right before I got dressed, I was like cramming, trying to find TikTok sounds. Ended up doing all that. Everything ended up being fine. And then like I was worried about my hair. That was like the first time I like intentionally got a blowout. I was like, I don't really know what to ask for. I just want something really simple. And then it was raining. It was pouring rain. Out of all the times I could have been in LA for a big event, it was the weekend where there was flash flood warnings in Los Angeles. That doesn't happen. So that was, I don't know, a sign. I don't know of what, but it was kind of crazy that happened. But now let's talk about the actual season 3 premiere and everything that happened. So the premiere was Thursday, February 13th. Benji and I, we got ready together and we were taking pictures, filming TikToks, and then it was time to go. The doors opened at 6. We left around like 5:30-ish. Again, raining in LA. I was struggling to find the parking. Eventually found it. It was across the street. And then we went in, got our tickets. For the first thing we did was something we were not supposed to. They had like a separate carpet set up, presumably to take pictures. I think it was for people who were invited from like something else. And at first we were like, oh, can we like take pictures on it? We like misunderstood what the person said because they were like, oh, you could like go around in the corner and take pictures. But I guess I thought they meant like you can enter from that side and not necessarily like not be on the carpet. Sorry to the people because we were not supposed to be doing that, which we later learned, but they let us do it. And I got some banger pictures from it, so thank you. As soon as we walked into the venue, we got noticed from TikTok. We got noticed like 3 times, and then we were later gone to get noticed more throughout the night, and it was kind of funny. Obviously, people were there to see the actors, but then people saw us as well, so it was weird getting noticed at something that we were there being fans of. But it was fun. It was very nice to meet people that like watched our videos, and they were like, I really like your videos, and I was like, thanks, it's really nice to meet you. So that was kind of like a surreal moment because like honestly, out of all places to get recognized for TikTok, that is the place, like the Yellowjackets premiere, because we are Yellowjackets content creators. So yeah, we got noticed a couple times and that was fun. We were standing around the lobby area because they had like the big red carpet over there where the actors were going to be walking, and then there was a fan zone, but we realized we couldn't get into the fan zone because we didn't have a yellow bracelet. Sammy kindly was like, I'm gonna have my phone on me all night, DM me if anything, because she told us that there would be a fan zone that we should be able to get into, and so we were like, yeah, we can't get in because we don't have a bracelet. Funny enough, Sammy's mom was like using her phone DMing us, and she was like, I'm going to figure this out for you. And so she eventually did. But before that, while we were standing around, we saw Vanessa Prasad, who plays Jen. She's the new actress who plays Jen. And actually, she saw Benji and was like, are you Benji? Because she recognized him from the GoFundMe. And so we were talking to her. And I'm going to say this about everybody that we met that night, but everyone is super, super kind. Never once did it feel like there was a big divide between like actor and fan. Like, we're all just people. And like, they were grateful that we were there to support, and we were grateful that they even took the time to talk to us. The rumors are true. Everyone in the Yellowjackets cast is super kind, and I love them so much. But yeah, we were talking to Vanessa, and she was just talking to us about the show, and it was a very nice, fun first interaction. Eventually got into the fan zone. We met up with Sammy's mom. She's kind, just like Sammy, and Sammy's husband was also there, Christian, and we met him too. Sammy's mom was like, well, you guys were supposed to get bracelets with your tickets the way Sammy set it up, so I'm gonna go make sure you get those bracelets. So we were talking to Christian for a little bit, and then Sammy's mom came back with the bracelets, and we were like, oh my God, thank you, Sammy's mom. Absolute legend. So we got into the fan zone, and so that was an area at the end of the carpet where once the actors were done posing for pictures and interviews, they would meet up with some fans. And so we were able to see the people walking down the carpet. So I had like a nice view. We were a couple rows behind because we got in there late, but then Jenna Burgess, who plays Melissa, new MVP of the season, she saw us in the fan zone and like beckoned us to come forward in the rows, and like we kind of felt bad because other people were there and they had their own spots, but she was like, no, like come here, I want to talk to you. So we were talking to her, and it was really fun because she recognized us from our videos. She was also very nice. So yeah, so we talked to her for a little bit, and that was fun. We were kind of just like looking at who was coming down the carpet and got to see some people. We met more people who recognized us from TikTok. I was kind of looking around as well, just other people in the room, not just the people on the carpet. So I managed to find like other actors, and the holding space for the lyrics of Defying Gravity interviewer was there, and I saw her and I was like, is that her? And then I was like, oh yeah, that's totally her. People were coming around the fan zone, the actors, and we saw Jason Ritter, and so I asked for a selfie with him, and I took a selfie with him. If you don't know, Jason Ritter is Melanie Lynskey's husband. He's like, he's so nice. Like they must be like the nicest couple in Hollywood. It's crazy. They're just so kind. and they just radiate such great energy. Yeah, and if you don't know, he allegedly, which yeah, he was supposed to be in the bonus episode with about Cabin Guy. So more on that later. So then we met up with Sammy. We saw Bestie on the carpet, and she saw us, and she was like screaming, and we were screaming.
I didn't get to hug you. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Oh my gosh.
Hi. I'm good. How are you?
We're gonna actually get to see each other one night. Yeah.
And she was like, I just mentioned you guys in an interview. You know, they were asking about like fan reactions, and she was like, no, but I'm the fan because I brought some people here tonight. So that's really cool. She was like, you know, we're gonna link up later, and we are going to, like, she's gonna, you know, take us around. And we were like, okay, cool. So we're waiting for Sammy. At the premiere, the actors are just getting carted off everywhere. Like they really have no control over who they see, where they see it. We were just waiting for Sammy, you know, when she was free. At the premiere, there was a separate lounge run by Harper Bazaar, I think, only for like cast and special guests, right? And Sammy asked publicist, her agent, I'm not entirely sure who she was, but she was very nice too, because she was making sure that we got everything we needed. And Sammy was like, do you think I can take them back there? And she was like thinking, and she was like, she looked at us and went, just follow her, just follow her. And so Sammy's walking like she's on a mission. We're walking behind her. The people at the door try and stop us, and they're like, hey, how are you tonight? Blah, blah, blah. And we just walk straight through. Sammy's like, nice job, nice job. There we met Kevin and Alexa, who play Travis and Mari. If you don't know, they're a couple, and they're the cutest. We met them. And then as we're taking the picture, also, Sammy is a great photographer this whole time. She's taking photos for us. She took some videos too. And as we're taking the picture, Sophie and Elise is like walking by, and Sammy's like, Sophie, get in the picture. So now we have a picture of me, Benji, Sophie, Kevin, and Alexa talking to Sophie. And I'm like, I love Shauna. She's my favorite character. And then I say, which I didn't realize, I forgot I said it until I watched the video back, where I say, you deserve that Emmy nomination, by the way. And then Sophie saw my pin. If you didn't know, I was wearing a like bee brooch and like a anatomical heart pin, and she pointed at it and she was like, oh, I like your pin. And I was like, oh, thank you. And then she had to get carted off because they were taking the cast photo on the carpet, but she was super kind. Also, every time we did meet someone, Sammy made sure to introduce us, you know, by name. This is Benji and Caitlin. And also, you know, we make TikToks about the show, and they're my guests tonight, which is super, super kind. And, you know, every time we met someone, we shook their hands and nice to meet you. And, you know, they wanted to know our name. It was in the Sophie interaction that I learned that Jasmine had sent one of my TikToks in the group chat, in the Naughty 90s group chat, which is kind of crazy that like the cast has seen my face before, you know, meeting them at the premiere. Hi, this is Caitlin from the future editing this video. I now realize that in telling the story about Sophie liking my pin, I completely forgot to mention that I met Warren Cole, aka Jeff. He's a very cool guy, very suave. When Sammy introduced us and said that I make TikTok videos, I don't think he quite got it, but he respected it, and that's enough. So, very nice guy. Let's get back to the video. After that picture, I met Steven Kruger very quickly. I didn't get a picture with him. As someone who's a big fan of The Vampire Diaries, I just had to tell him that I really like the originals because the originals is also one of my favorite shows. And then as we were walking out, we saw Bart and Ashley, who are the creators of Yellowjackets. And I was like, oh my gosh, obviously big fan. And I loved that you set the show in New Jersey because I'm from New Jersey. We got out of the lounge place and we were waiting around to like reconvene with Sammy because I had to go take the big cast picture. We met up we saw Jason again. And she was like, oh, like, did you meet Jason? And we were like, yeah, we actually did meet him because he actually like recognized us from when we got the selfie with him, and we were talking to him. And funnily enough, we were talking to him about the bonus episode, and I was like, so waiting for the bonus episode, and they all laughed. He was saying how he saw one theory that he did such a bad French accent that they don't want to release the episode anymore. So we were laughing about that. Before, I had seen Candace King and Charles Michael Davis from the originals, and I was like, oh my god, like, me as a Vampire Diaries fan, super, super excited that they're here. At first I was like, I don't think I'll be able to get a picture or like talk to them. But then I noticed Candace was, you know, alone. So I wasn't really interrupting any conversation. So, you know, I went up to her and I said, hi, I just want to say I'm a big fan of the Vampire Diaries. You know, we took a picture and then we started talking about Yellowjackets actually. She's dating Steven Kruger, who plays Ben. And so we were talking about it. She was like, oh, what do you guys think? Like, did Ben burn the cabin down? You know, what are your thoughts about Ben? As a character. And, you know, we were talking about like how Yellowjackets should have a filler episode, and like jokingly, like a musical episode. I pulled it back to the Vampire Diaries and how they were able to have filler episodes and things like that. And I just can't believe that she talked to me for so long. Like, I think we had probably like a 5-minute conversation. It wasn't that I was a fan and she was an actress. It was just we were two people there to support the show. Yeah, she was like super, super nice. And I can't believe that she spoke to us for so long. And it was a really fun conversation and experience because I definitely didn't expect that. I thought I was just going to take a picture and leave. And then we just, struck up a conversation about the show. After they took their group picture, a bunch of the actors just started to flood into the area that we were standing. We both got to say hi to Melanie Linsky and like shake her hand. We didn't get to take a picture with her because, she's being carted around. Again, there's a lot of things moving at a fast pace here. Benji got to meet Liv Hewson and Simone Kessel. I unfortunately did not. However, I did get to meet Sophie Thatcher and shook her hand, said I loved Companion, and she was like, oh, sick. So then I met Tawny Cypress. And this has to be my favorite interaction of the night. So I'm just gonna tell you this whole story. I was walking towards the carpet. Tawny's walking away from the carpet. As we're kind of passing each other, because I'm just like looking around, seeing who's around, I just look over and I say, hi, Tawny. Obviously, she doesn't know who I am. And I'm just like, hi. Like, I just wanted to say hi. And like, it's very much in passing, right? And then so she's like, hi. And then we pass each other, right? A minute or so later, like some time passes, Tawny comes up to me. Like, I turn around and she goes, are you Caitlin? And I was like, hello? Like, what is happening right now? What do you mean? Like, am I me? Yeah, you know my name? I was starstruck and I was like, yeah, I am. And she was like, I just have to say, I love your videos. Like, I've seen them. And I'm like, no way. The fact that I said hi to her and she was being carted off somewhere else, but then she recognized me and then also said, let me double back so I can go talk to her. Like, what? She's like, I just have to say I love your videos. She pulls me into like the biggest hug ever. And I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe this is my life right now. And so we're talking and she's like holding my hand. And I feel like so warm inside because like this woman's amazing. I'm like, I'm from New Jersey because she's also from New Jersey. And I was like, I went to Rutgers. And so we're like geeking out about that. Then I was talking about how I went to the 92 NY panel a week prior. And she answered my question about what quintessential New Jersey thing would you want to see in the show? And she said pork roll. And I was like, the pork roll question was mine. So we were geeking out about it. And I like just couldn't believe it. And then we took a picture again. Like, I can't believe that's real. Like, it sounds like I made it up, but I didn't, because like it was just like so weird because I was like, I said hi to her and then I was like standing waiting for something and then all of a sudden she's like in my field of vision. She's before me, she's in front of me, and she's like, are you Caitlin? And I'm like, yeah, how do you know my name? Like, and especially it's one of those things that is like definitely did not expect at all. Like, I know the younger cast is on TikTok and on social media like that, but I definitely didn't expect for Tawny to be. And then I left a comment on her Instagram and I was like, I loved meeting you. Our conversation made my night. And then she said that I was awesome, which is so cool. So yeah, that was my favorite interaction of the night just because of like the sheer like surprise of it all. Like, I can't believe that happened. Once everybody was like off the carpet, Sammy took us on the carpet to take pictures with me, her, and Benji. Before we had tried to do it and we definitely like photobombed some interviews and it was like way too busy. We shouldn't have been on there, but it was really funny when Sammy took us out of the fan zone and kind of was like carting us around and we like ended up on the carpet. Like the people, you could hear people in the fan zone kind of like oohing and ahhing. They were like, like there were gasps, like, how did they get to go on the carpet? And it was because we were Sammy's guests. We took some pictures and then it was time to go into the theater for the premiere. Right before actually we got into the theater, Courtney Eaton was there. So we got to meet Courtney. That was the last person I met of the night. She also noticed my pins and she liked them. She goes, ooh, the heart, it's the heart. And I was like, yeah.
This is the heart. It's the heart.
We got in there and a like Showtime Paramount exec gave a little talk, like speech, I guess, about the show and how much the show means to the network, how great the creators are. And then Art, Ashley, and Jonathan got up on the stage and talked about the new season a little bit. And then they played the first episode for us. Man, I had such a blast watching that episode. Not only is it a good episode, but just the fact that I was there at the premiere after all these things I've done on TikTok and stuff really meant a lot. Immediately once the first episode ends, because the ending of that first episode is like Mari in that pit, I was like, oh my God, I need to watch the second episode immediately. They did a double drop that day. Unfortunately, I didn't get to watch that episode till like Sunday because I was busy traveling and stuff. Funnily enough, after the episode, we met back up with Sammy just to say bye and thank you again.
Where are we? Where are we?
We're at the Yellowjackets premiere.
Yeah, we are. What'd you think?
It was incredible. Caitlin, thoughts?
Hi.
Crazy.
Crazy. Yeah.
Thoughts?
Yeah, crazy. Insane. Yeah, and it's just the beginning. Just the beginning.
Jenna was also there. Sam was like, do you want to know a spoiler? And we were like, yeah, of course. And she was like, Jenna kisses someone. And we were like, oh. And then Benji goes, is it Shauna? And they were like, yeah. And we were like, no way. And I was like trying to like contain my reaction because like Shauna hat has been like a meme. But now that it's like real, I was like, oh my God, like what is this? What does this mean for the show and like Shauna's character and Jackie Shauna? I was just like geeked about the whole thing. And then I was like, oh, that was on my bingo card. And they thought that was funny. We talked to Jennifer a little bit more too. And she was just like, I really admire like what you guys do. Like, how do you come up with your videos and stuff? And I was like, girl, I literally just like, I think about the show all the time. And like, it's a lot of shower thoughts. Like, I'm just in the shower and I'm like, oh, this would be cool if like Yellowjackets did that. And then like, that's how my videos come out. After they told us that, I like couldn't stop thinking about it because I was like, what is the context? Like, how does this happen? And then I spent like 2 days avoiding spoilers on Twitter and stuff because I wanted to preserve that for myself because I wanted to record like a genuine reaction. Like, even though I did know about it, I didn't know when it happened. I didn't know how it happened or like what it looked like. I have the video of me watching episode 2. So I'm going to figure out how to make that into a reaction video and kind of figure out the format as we go along with the season. We left the premiere, went to go get In-N-Out for dinner and like debrief. And I didn't go to bed until 2 a.m. That night because I was so like hyped from the night and everyone I met and every experience I had. And I couldn't go to sleep, even though I knew like I needed to get up early to like check out of my hotel. It was just like a surreal experience. So I hope I was able to convey how much I really enjoyed the premiere. Okay, so I've been a fan of Yellowjackets since it first started. I have just started now posting TikToks about it because I was like, you know, this is literally like my favorite show ever. We need to start posting TikToks. And I saw it going on Netflix as a great opportunity to get new people into it. Also because new people would be watching it, there would be more interest in the videos. So I started posting in October, and with the new season coming out, I was like, jokingly, I was like, oh, I'm gonna get invited to the premiere. Like, I'm gonna figure out a way to get to the premiere. Like, I need to go. Because like, you know, these seasons happen every like 2 years. Like, when's the next time gonna roll around, right? It's funny because someone brought up one of my replies to their comment about the premiere, and it is grade A manifestation. I literally say, I think they should invite me to the premiere actually. Here's the thing. And like, they did. So again, like, thank you to Sammy Hanratty. She was so kind, and I just can't say kind enough, like so sweet about the whole thing. And she really wanted to make sure that we had a great time, and we did. Like, she kept her word of trying to introduce us to as many people as possible. Obviously, it was her night to celebrate as well, and she, you know, she still made the time for us to get us to where she wanted us to be. I wouldn't have been able to meet half the people I did without her. Just wow. I still can't believe it. Again, a week out, I'm like, did that really just happen to me? Like, it seems like one of those things that like you dream about and like it was actually a reality. Again, cannot thank her enough. I can't believe it. Also want to say thank you to Benji for being my partner in crime throughout this whole thing. You know, we were stressing out together. We enjoyed the night together. Definitely couldn't have done it alone. I think I would have actually had a breakdown. And of course, I want to say thank you to everyone who supports my videos. I definitely wouldn't have gotten there without people who follow me and interact with my videos. You know, I'm just a girl who really likes TV. The fact that that interest has gotten me to a place like the Yellowjackets season 3 premiere is crazy. It's just a very insular thing that I'm on my couch watching shows and I talk about it to my phone. Or the fact that it could lead to really big things is really cool. So yeah, that's my experience with the Yellowjackets season 3 premiere. Best night of my life. I will never shut up about it. Stream Yellowjackets season 3 on Paramount Plus with Showtime. Very excited for this season. If you don't already follow me, I do a lot of things on TikTok, and I'm trying to figure out how to translate some of those things into long-term videos, just in terms of formatting, but also time commitments. I do have a plan to do a episode ranking video similar to my character ranking video after the season's over. That'll definitely happen. Definitely want to do reaction videos. There are some long form things that I do want to talk about with the show, but I know a lot of people want me to do like episode breakdowns or like analyses on YouTube, and I feel like at what point does that just become like a podcast? And I don't know if necessarily I want to do that. So I'm still trying to figure it out. If you have any ideas, let me know. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for supporting my videos. Dream Yellowjackets, get some sleep, and I'll see you in the next one.